What's good, faithful? We had a big week in Mexico. We got another big week coming up against the Saints. But feeling pretty good about this one with minor concerns, though. I do have some. But real quick, let's just recap this Mexico game real quick in Azteca. Let's make it happen. All right, first on the list, let's talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. Some of y'all's favorite guy in the world. All right. So for the first time in Jimmy's life, in his whole career, he threw no interceptions in 3 games in a row. It's the first time that's ever happened. And he ended it with a bang. I mean, 4 touchdowns and no interceptions this game. Hey, as much mess as I talk, I got to at least give him some credit on that. Good job, Jimmy. Keep doing that. That's exactly what we need. Don't make mistakes. We don't need you to be Josh Allen. Even though I did appreciate you getting out the pocket a little bit some more every week, man. Every week. If you just make one of those plays where you roll out somewhere, make an accurate pass on the run, hit him in stride. Hey, man, I like contract, Jimmy. Oh, my bad. Did I just call you that? I did. And it's because it's true. So with that, I'm going to tell you why Jimmy's a contract guy right here. So as we all know, this is his contract year. So with most people in their contract year, what happens? They play as hard as they possibly can. They play the best. They focus, laser focused. I mean, they taking chances out here. They're trying to show the world like, hey, I'm worth something. And in Jimmy's case, he's trying to show the world that he's worth anything because he was barely any suitors for this guy in the summer. He probably took that personal. It's like, you know what? I got something to show y'all, especially if some money on the line. Not saying Jimmy don't got no money now. We know he got buku bucks from what we didn't gave him already. I guess a little more can't hurt. So with his contract being incentive-based, and on top of that, this is his final year with the Niners, so we think, then hey, you got to ball out. You got to do what you got to do. And he's out there hitting receivers in stride. He's making quick decisions. He's actually moving a little bit. He's looking confident. I saw him telling CMC where to go on one play. Granted, CMC just got there. Hey, but at least Jimmy knew. At least he knew. And speaking of CMC, I think that has a lot to do with Jimmy's success. Jimmy's success rides on these playmakers that the Niners have on offense. And adding CMC to the bunch, it just makes it way tougher for defenses to really get a hold of what the Niners are really trying to do here, which I feel like we're starting to develop an identity. And I really hope it was what we saw last game. So I'm going to have to say thank you, Kyle Shanahan, next, because this man here had a heck of a play calling game. So what he did at first is he passed the ball. He passed the ball the first half. That was the play calling, which is what I've been wanting to see for so long. But he passed the ball. Thank you, Kyle. And I'm sure Jimmy is like, thank you, Kyle, too. Thank you for extending my leash just a little bit more. Just a little bit. And there's success now. So with defenses, the first thing you see is the 49ers coming out passing. You're like, oh, this is different. We got to catch up to this. By the time they start figuring it out, Kyle Shanahan changed it up. First half he used CMC a lot, passed the ball a lot. Did we really see Elijah Mitchell? No, not really at all. And then came the third quarter. What happened? CMC went down. Elijah Mitchell went up. Big time. Boom, boom, boom. That's all you saw was Elijah Mitchell just going at him. Bang, 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 tearing down this tired, already given up Cardinals defense who didn't even prepare for the game. I didn't see y'all out in the snow, in the altitude. What y'all doing? Just wearing masks? Just laying down, letting the Niners just run all over you? Appreciate it. Gave me something else to talk about. Anyway, I'm proud of you, Kyle Shanahan. Very much so. You kept the defense on their toes. You did passing first half, the running game second half. You hit all of your playmakers. George Kittle had 2 touchdowns. I was just out here with Grant talking to him about how Kittle need more targets. And was Jimmy the quarterback for it? Well, he was in Mexico because he hit Kittle. 2 tubs. Love it. He went to Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk didn't have a whole bunch of catches, but they was efficient. 2 more touchdowns as well. Matter of fact, before we get off Ayuk, let's get here real quick. Is he the best receiver on the team? Well, if you ask me, I say yes in specific ways, which is his route running. I believe his route running is A1. I don't think anyone on the team can run routes as good as Brandon Ayuk. I think he's very short-handed. He still has some drops this year, but I think he's short-handed, and I know Jimmy trusts him. How do you not trust a guy that's always open? How? This man put in amazing work in the offseason with Trey, and that's all he did was work his butt off. And y'all got to remember, man, when Ayuk got here, rookie season, okay, then all of a sudden the COVID stuff hit. So you can't really train the way that you want to. Then you come back last year, and you might not have been as where you should have been at the time. I still believed in you. But apparently the reports going out, you in the doghouse and all that, I still was praising you, though, because I know for a fact that what I seen in you is A.J. Brown-esque, if you ask me. I believe that Ayuk has unlimited potential, unlimited. And I promise you the Niners better not do nothing stupid and let this man go. Please don't. Please don't. We need a receiver like that. We do. He has better hands than Debo does. And he runs better routes than Debo. But it's not about really who's better out of them two. It's more so the cohesion between those two. Those two work really well together. They're tough. They ain't afraid of blocking. They ain't afraid of nobody. Because we the Niners, we be bullies out here. You feel me? But I'm really happy with Ayuk, and I think he is the best wide receiver on the team because of what he possesses in that position. I still think Debo is a better playmaker, but Ayuk is there. He's right there. It's not like he's not getting yak. Is he not? It ain't like he ain't. Just the same way he can route somebody and put him on the ground, he can do the same thing when he got the ball in his hands. So he's just that dynamic. So back to Kyle Shanahan, thank you for using all your playmakers. For real. From CMC to Kittle to Debo to Ayuk to Juszczyk. Like, everybody just looked amazing. Now, that was the type of Niner game that's what we've been waiting for. Like, we kind of expect that with all of these playmakers. And we're supposed to have this coach with this amazing offensive mind, this genius. And I seen all that. I seen it all. It's on full display. The defense. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about this defense. Because this defense is scary. It's next level. And I'm going to tell you why. How many games in a row? 3? 3 in a row? Well, we ain't gave up nothing in the second half. We're not giving up touchdowns. We ain't giving up nothing in the second half in the last 3 games. The last 3 wins for sure. Hey, man, y'all gonna really have to put some respect on this defense compared to whoever you want to compare it to. And let's not forget, they still not 100% and won't be. Let's not forget about Emmanuel Mosley, who was injured for the year, who in the game he got injured had a pick 6. That's lockdown. Along with Mooney Ward on the other side, that's lockdown. But we're not going to have all that this year. We got what we have now, and we deep. We are deep. And that's what I'm talking about. This defense is here. They swarm to the ball. We ball hawks now. We getting picks. Huff out there. What? Fred Warner out there looking like the general. Like, for real. He in everything. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Fred. I'm loving what I'm seeing from all of them. They just swarming everywhere. Everywhere. This defense is definitely Super Bowl winning worthy. Now, I'm not all on the hype with Jimmy G still, though. I'm going to bring it back to Jimmy G because I need to see something in the playoffs. And Jimmy, you ain't been so hot in the playoffs, my guy. Actually, you've been one of the worst quarterbacks I ever seen in the playoffs. You've had good seasons before. You've been on fire before. You know, we've had people overanalyze things about you before. And I need to see it in the playoffs, my guy. I need to see you come up in a clutch moment and bring us a victory. That's the Jimmy Garoppolo I want to see. The one no one has seen. Because that's the only one that's going to make me believe a little bit more. Because you can do all you want in the season. But if you ain't out here doing what you're supposed to do in the playoffs, then what's the point? What's the point? Seems like Kyle trusts you a little bit more. So I'm going to go into this offseason again. Or not offseason, my bad. I'm going to go into these playoffs again because we for sure going to be there. 93% chance. I'm going into this with hope still because I'm a Niner fan. I'm faithful, Jimmy. Just keep it up. All right? A little less makeup on the face, trying to be all pretty. A little bit more focus come off-season time. And then we'll check back in then and see how you doing. But for now, good job. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. I just wanted to tap in with y'all, talk about this Mexico game, get ready for these Saints. One quick thing about them, they're sneaky. And we are coming off on a short week. I don't really like saying trap game, especially this late in the season. I feel like they should have it figured out. The Niners should come out here and do what they got to do. Y'all know our previous history against the Rams. Electrifying games. I'm not getting that same feel this one because there's no Drew Brees. But it should be fun because they do have some playmakers. They have a good amount of playmakers, actually, especially with the switching at the quarterback between Andy Dalton and Taysom Hill. I'm not worried about either one of them with our defense. But I mean, what? I mean, Jarvis Landry, like they got some hitters over there. And they got some good some offensive weapons as well for our defense. But I still don't think it's gonna be enough. I think we should handle them second half like everybody else because that seems to be the key. Can the team score in the second half against the Niners? It's pretty tough because DeMeco Ryans out there adjusting and got them boys looking perfect. Let's go, my guys. All right, Room Service Gang. We holla at y'all on the next one.